I think it stems mostly from people being very cynical and seeing the world through this transactional lens and assuming if someone else is like advocating for things that make them uncomfortable, they must have a secondary reason where they have just locked themselves into this like woke mind virus position. It must be for monetary reasons. They must be grifting. I think it's just a demonstration of their own personal framework. In the Philly D Thumbo.
Sup, you be.
Damn. Kick drama. I suspect that the kick drama is going to have me in the Philly D Thumbo. We made it again. +1 Thumbo, baby.
Beautiful bastards. Welcome back to the Philip DeFranco Show. You daily dive into the news, and I got an extra large show for you today. So how about you buckle up, hit that like button, otherwise we'll punch you in the throat, and let's jump into it. Starting with, in big
88 views 52 seconds ago. Chatters are so quick with it.
internet and business drama news, we need to talk about Kick, right? And they're the streaming platform that's kind of known for two things. One, it's where seemingly a lot of people go when they get kicked off of the other platforms. And two, they have just thrown down so much damn money.
Wait, hold on. This guy checking in for more L takes from a leftist brainlet. Checking in for L takes. Subscribe for more L takes. Another October 7 lever. We're gonna unban him because he's got some good takes. All right, let's talk about this Kick
For streamers. I mean, we're talking about reportedly millions and millions of dollars luring some of the biggest names over to the platform. But now they're in the news.
Yeah, except Amaranth, as of today, I believe Amaranth today is done with Kick. Her contract expired and she's back.
It was for a completely new reason. Because you had a former Kick employee by the name of Melissa posting a video with some serious accusations about the company's leadership and staff. With Melissa in the video talking about how hostile the culture at the company is as a whole.
There was just a consistent disrespect to other people's opinions and beliefs. And this went as far as to just consistently hearing the F slur. And not even just in jest, like as a joke. It was specifically, targeted towards people that it was supposed to discriminate against. Even so much as to walk past the socials room, the guys that run the, Kick streaming and Kick community, and hear the N-word just dropped. Hard R. And I'm like, what is this office? How? And they had the executive, like the upper management was in the room.
But they're also claiming that staff members would do things like laughing as they deliberately misgendered trans streamers. So Melissa is saying that her decision to actually leave came down to two incidents that happened in her final weeks. One involved the case of a streamer with special needs whose contract was up for renewal. And when Melissa followed up with the streamer's point of contact at Kick to check how it was going, she said,
when I asked about this streamer's contract renewal, he had a smirk on his face and goes, I decimated his rate. And this was apparently hilarious because everybody else in the room laughed. I said, well, what did you put it down to? And he proceeded to then brag about the fact that he got him on a below market cent rate for an English streamer.
Then as far as the other incident that led to Melissa leaving, she said it was in relation to a meeting regarding a specific unnamed streamer.
Just for context, this particular streamer had been publicly battling cancer recently. So they decided to utilize that in their strategy to get this person over. The conversation very quickly became quite sinister. The quote that I remember hearing was, we can get her on Kick streaming steak for a relatively low price because she probably thinks she's going to die soon and she'll want to leave more money for her family.
With Melissa then going on to talk about children's safety on Kick and the way the company allegedly mishandled that, and claiming they don't even know their own policies.
Before I got there was no verification process for if somebody was underage. And it's so funny because by the time I left, me and compliance had put together a process. And because I was pushing it so hard, I'm like, we cannot allow anybody under 13 to stream. Now, nobody knew this, by the way, because I guess when you copy Twitch's TOS verbatim and then you just get some random guy in the office to change, the wording, none of the staff know the terms of service. So a lot of people were just like, nah, she can stream even if she's 6 years old because, she'll have her dad near her or whatever. And it's like, no, that's actually not the case. She cannot be on the platform and she cannot hold her own account.
Melissa also going on to allege how she was personally mistreated during her time at the company and afterwards, saying that it got to the point that she felt she had to post her resignation letter on X last week. The company's co-founder, Ed Craven, then even responded, with Ed apologizing for not getting to know her better and asking for some examples of the issues that she experienced, saying that his DM...
Don't worry, the juicer did an investigation on himself and found nothing wrong with the company he gets paid $100 million for. I asked, and there was no communication to Kaide from Kick or Steak. XC defends Kick after former employees' allegations against the streaming platform. Later in the stream, XC revealed that he's part of the team at Kick, but that doesn't hold him back from pointing out negative things about the platform. Bro did the Israel defense, dude. Hey, We investigated ourselves and found no wrongdoing. Okay. By the way, that wasn't even the claim. It's not that the claim wasn't that like Kick reached out to Kaide. The claim was that behind closed doors, they were saying that because they were joking about the fact that because she has cancer and not long to live, that, you know, they could get her at a cheaper rate. Among many other, obviously, many other accusations, allegations. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that XQC might be a little bit biased, you know, considering that he literally got $100 million. He might be just a tad bit biased here. A tad bit. It's bad faith, dude. I know. Yeah. I mean, this isn't like the first, nor will it be the last time I think he will defend Kick in like to the best of his ability, I guess. Like whether it be like random Kick streamers that are doing like insane that he seemingly finds himself on the wrong side of on issues, from Drake all the way down to that random. He called you reactionary for believing her without proof. His whole argument was no proof. I mean, that would be the proof? The proof is what she's saying. Like it's personal testimony from a person who was in the room. I met an XC fan IRL and I told him I like you and Wubby for streamers, and he told me he hates you but wouldn't hate me for watching you. It was the cringiest internet behavior I've ever seen IRL. XC's yet to say the N-word live since defending Divorcilli. Yeah, he won't say it, but some shadows think witnesses go to the police station to testify and the police just say, where's the proof? And if there's nothing, they don't do any further investigation. Yeah. Bro, he has never liked you. This is coming from a former juicer. All he would do is talk shit about you. I know. Didn't you let that dude stay in your house for like months? Not months. That was a long time ago, though. He was trying to defend this yesterday. His chat was not buying it. Yeah, the more he does this, the more people mad at him in his own community. I don't think he realizes that. The XG fan that hates you because he's a Gamba addict, Lamau. Well, I hope he's winning at least. I watch a lot of XQC. He never says he full on hates you, but he does disagree with a lot. Yeah, no, I don't think he'll say he hates me. He'll just make me the villain in his community for 2+ years now. He won't openly be like, I hate him.
DMs are open and HR is always available to her. To which Melissa responded that he wasn't interested when her problems were actually happening, and he only cares now because he's in damage control mode. And, you know, following all this, we've seen some big reactions from some pretty big names in the streaming space. With this including commentator and big streamer himself, Hasan Piker, saying,
here's the thing, everybody. Ultimately, the same test exists for Kick as it does for every other streaming platform. Would people go there and voluntarily stream there for free? If the answer is no, then there is no long-term commitment to growing the platform. Doesn't mean that Twitch doesn't have its fair share of problems. Of course it does. It's just that, you know, at least it's not a platform that is genuinely trying to market itself as the place to go to when you get banned out of every other platform for doing sometimes crimes, like literal crimes. When the bag dries up, you will see what streamers truly feel about this platform.
And then specifically regarding Melissa's story regarding the streamer with cancer, he said,
when you think about it, I feel like that kind of like bloodless opportunism is like somewhat expected from any kind of corporation, I guess. You know, it's demon. Pretty gross.
So notably, you also had other streamers on the other side of this, like XQC, who, I mean, it is a key thing, received what was reportedly a non-exclusive $100 million contract with Kick last year, with him defending the platform. Or him linking Melissa's story about the streamer with cancer to the Twitch streamer Kaide, with her having shared her experience with acute myeloid leukemia throughout last year. And XQC saying that Kick and Steak told him that there had been no talks with Kaide, saying,
I asked, there was no communication done to Kaide from Kick or Steak. I even sent people to go investigate on the Kick part, because apparently it could have been Kick. I even asked to go investigate if anybody at Kick ever said anything to Kaide, and I didn't get anything.
So notably there for now, as of filming, we haven't seen any response from Kaide, but we have from the special needs streamer Melissa mentioned, with that seemingly being Jake Future 27, who said Kick never lowered his deal. And Melissa then responding, I'm sorry for having you involved in this. I did, however, relay a conversation that was definitely had. I'm unsure if my video changed their mind or not, but I'm just glad you've gotten to keep your contract. And we saw Kick's leadership also honing in on the fact that Melissa really didn't provide any hard evidence to back up her claims.
If evidence is ever presented, we will 100%. We take the allegations seriously. We're continuing to investigate them internally. And this is with despite like, you know, evidence being presented. So that's something that's very, very important to this team, that it doesn't matter that these are allegations. What matters is getting down to, is this stuff really happening?
But he went on to say that none of these complaints have been brought up internally. But, you know, with all that said, I got to pass the question off to you. Where do you land on this? What are you thinking? And then if you're making or even posting
How does a grown man of frame paintings laying on the floor? He's just chill, dude. Wow, this would all be compelling stuff if we didn't watch what we watched last night. Yeah. The counter to all of this stuff is just basically looking at the Jawbrew video, which I will not ask you to go through ever again, and I will hopefully never have to go through ever again. Odd how often is one-sided with your haters. For the most part, most of our chat doesn't go and do the hate watching to the extent they do. You don't take low blows at them or make up lies. You're in good faith when you talk about them. It's the truth. You don't make lies about your haters. You take the high road, yet in their eyes you're always the bad guy. It's so frustrating. I think for many people, I think it's like, what was it XUC that once said, like, Hassan is always on the right side of issues, on the good side of issues, it seems. Like, what the is that about? And it's basically a revelation that, like, a lot of these people do recognize that there's a right and wrong, and they think that it must be fake. Like, I must be grifting, or I must be presenting issues in some way because I'm, like, audience captured, or there is no real way that I would advocate for the things that I advocate for. Yeah, he said, it's weird that Hassan always seems to be on the good side of everything. Suspicious. Sadly, clip chimped out of context, and the hate is not related to what comes up on occasion. That is a definite part of it as well. The question always is, like, if I'm grifting, why wouldn't I grift to the right? Seemingly, what all of these people historically that have accused me of grifting have had their own personal right-wing shift in that process. How did that happen? I'm waiting for the perfect moment, for the perfect opportunity. If I'm grifting and have no real convictions. What is this, the clip?
Hi, when you guys saying it, somebody's on your side, he's defending you. I hate when people do that. It's really, really dumb. Like, it's appalling that people can't see PR Andes these days. I hate it. I'm just gonna say it. A lot of people are literally PR Andes. Hassan, Ludwig, Mezi, like, it's just PR Andes. Like, just small, tiny lies that look like they're on the good side, and you just eat it up. It's just weird.
He's just saying that people are doing it for PR. Yeah. When I was doing such great PR, when I said America deserved 9/11, it was a massive PR move for me. Bro, did you and Lud help him out when he was in a low place? Yeah, I mean, I don't think he has the same level of smoke for Ludwig. Ludwig definitely does do a much better job of managing relationships like that. I think for me, a lot of people basically say, oh, there must be a secondary reason why this person says the things that they say, why this person advocates for the things that they advocate for. It can't be their own genuine convictions, their firmly held convictions. It can't be their worldview. It's just a demonstration of their own personal, like, internal monologue and what they operate on. I think that's what it is. A lot of people also personally think, online especially, that being, like, outwardly right-wing or outwardly edgy in the right-wing direction means that you're being real, quote unquote real. That's another problem where people think, like, oh yeah, these guys are real. They're saying it like it is. I don't know. I think it's very alienating to be on that side, especially when, like, so much of it is transactional. I literally don't know why people hate on you so much. I had friends who were Hasanabi heads who now think you're some bourgeois fake socialist. Lamau, why is there so much brain rot? Internet. That's it. Internet. Having, like, a disagreement on one key issue. That's probably what it is. Getting drama farmed into oblivion. Or you talk about drama too much? Nah, I don't talk about drama enough. And drama doesn't suit you. Why are you covering more drama? Oh my God, stop the drama. Or you talk about drama too much? Brother, for the past 8-9 months now, I have relentlessly engaged in almost exclusively news coverage. Specifically in terms of, like, what's going on in Israel, This is like one of the few instances where I just like sidestep away from that. Also, the reason why we got into this is because of Kick, which had seemingly a 1 year lifespan. I mean, it's happening. I have a friend who started taking a liking to you, but then he started watching Abba and preach, and all of a sudden he feels like you tried too hard to be righteous. Yeah, the thing is, a lot of people I think personally will have like some confusion on issues like transphobia or, you know, being trans in general. And if the normative position is that like people are transphobic but don't want to think about it too much, and someone is like causing them to think about it, all of a sudden they're in this unique predicament where they're like, do I re-examine the way I see the world? If the person talking to them is charismatic, confident, that might be able to break through their previous social conditioning. But if someone can just stand on, I'm the reasonable party here, I'm the actual charismatic party here, don't listen to this guy, he's just talking out of his ass, and break through the commentary that way without actually addressing the issues that I'm mentioning, for example, or by directly going in the enlightened centrist basically is a very successful form of this grift. It's always going to be easier to go back to commentary that gives you a sense of comfort, like gives you a sense of security, a sense of comfort that like the way you understand the world is actually good. You know what I mean? Don't be you know, everyone telling you that the way you analyze the world is wrong is actually the wrong ones, and they're being sanctimonious pricks standing on a soapbox and saying these things because of some other underlying reason, right? There has to be a different reason. They're just like that these guys are taking these positions, and I think that's like enlightened centrist ass content creators that take like left-wing positions on certain issues and then like incredibly reactionary positions on others do a pretty good job of just like pulling people out of that and then bringing them back to the comforts of reactionary opinions. Ultimately, though, history will absolve me. Like I said, I think it stems mostly from people being very cynical and seeing the world through this transactional lens and assuming if someone else is like advocating for things that make them uncomfortable, they must have a secondary reason. Maybe they have audience capture where they have just locked themselves into this like woke mind virus position, and now they can't escape it. They can't be honest about their true opinions that reflect their opinions, right? It must be for monetary reasons. They must be grifting. I think it's just a demonstration of their own personal framework. A lot of people do this. People do this in this community. When I tell them to be chill, when I tell them to be normal, people will immediately go, oh, you must be like defending your friend. You must not be advocating for the same principles that you're advocating for on this issue as well. There must be a cynical secondary reason why he's telling me this. Everybody does that. It is what it is. But ultimately, I think the real solution, no matter what it is, the real solution to all of this like uncharitability is to get people to watch 10 minutes of the broadcast. I think most people will figure it out if they come in here, even as haters, as some of you have come in here originally as haters and became lifelong supporters. You can just always point to my YouTube channel and the YouTube videos that I make on these subjects and, you know, have people arrive at their own conclusions. Because no matter how hard, like no matter how much someone has been framed into thinking that I'm like a grifter, a bad person, or have like different opinions on a matter or than the ones I actually outwardly state, you can't really deny, if you just genuinely go into the content and look at it, you will understand like, okay, maybe he is being honest. There's a reason why you can look at videos from 2016 onward, articles that are written, read them, and see that my positions haven't really changed on a lot of this stuff, whether it be Israel, Palestine, whether it be, I don't know, Black Lives Matter, police brutality, capitalist corruption and exploitation. It's just the same. One thing that has changed is my hairline. It's gotten worse and then gotten better. Yeah, when October 7 happened, it was incredibly hard to listen to you until you got me to realize what Israel was doing for the last 75 years. The solution is to see the monk debate Douglas Murray versus Mehdi Hassan plus Gideon Levy. Wait, really? What is this? Hasanabi consistency, old the new? Oh, this is from Hassan Hub. HassanHub.com. Look at these old ass videos, bro. Damn, you had Ryan Grimm on even back then? Yeah.